Um, but I think I don't think we're gonna get through everything all in one session. So hopefully next week, the other two are on. Okay, so last week a lot has happened. Um, let me put you guys on the map first. Right, and your cousin gave you some nice tea. Yeah, and then you had a good night's sleep, and you all woke up, went to the rebel camp, and eventually you got news that your little friend in the who was an who was your ally in the palace, Joseph, is now dead. And more so, you receive news from Rivelton that the royal palace is definitely onto you guys, and a plan must be made soon. And so you guys gather on to this war table that seems to kind of show the layout of the city with a few different pawn pieces and whatnot representing certain groups. Among the pieces, you see there's a unit representing Gaspard, the farmland owner that you helped out. There's another one representing Lena, the Duchess that you helped out um, in the arena. And then there's also the leader of Nahant, the fishing town. Her name was Krishta, who is also willing to help. And um, though he doesn't have an army behind him, you do have some level of support by the Archmage. No, though he cannot interfere directly, or at least appear that way. And lastly, of course, there is the straight up rebel army itself, uh, under the lead of your own father, Caspian. So, as the pieces on the board are set down, uh, your own father looks to you, Ashton. He says, "All right. So the first thing is, I think it is very likely we need to make our move soon and quickly. And no, maybe. All right. So, um, so your own father, uh, kind of looks at you, Ashton, and he says, "All right. Now, I need your opinion on this too, but I personally think we should make a move soon. Now that they are aware that there is still the presence of the rebels, it's not long until they find us and we lose our element of surprise. They may know we exist, but they do not know exactly how much forces we've gathered. And I would say With your help, son, we managed to gather enough allies to make something happen. Don't get me wrong, we are still outnumbered by the royal army. They will always have higher numbers than us. But what matters is that we strike quick and we strike true and we put an end to this. If we manage to get uh, your uncle, Valdun, and put an end to all this, then I think the rest of the kingdom can be brought back to what it was before. Your own father looks with he already looked like he was hesitating, and you even heard brief pauses in his speech when he brought up the topic of Valdun. And he says, "Yes, I I did not think it would have to come to this one day. It used to be that I would look over the town with Valdun, but it's almost like something changed in him. It's almost like he's not himself, like your cousin." Is that what you're saying? If this is true, then it's even more urgent that we get to see him and potentially snap him out of it. But I think the key to all this is restraining them. All right. Yes, I think it's time. But first, we need a decisive plan. Rivelton, if you don't mind. So, Rivelton kind of picks up one of those like daggers you use to kind of outline things onto the map and whatnot. And he he kind of uses it kind of like a pen in a way. It's very unnatural, but um, it seems that he has a very special dagger. It's very tiny for its size, and it acts almost like a pen. And he draws onto the map with it, and he says, "All right, so Ashton, you being part of the royal family or not, I'm going to give you give you a test here. I want to see how you would gauge this battle. Are you up for it? Well, to set up tactics, to assess how we want to form our troops and how we want to advance into the castle. Your friends can join along too, provide their inputs as well. Not every not every leader plans everything by themselves. Naturally, they have a council or a table behind them advising the way as well. So, you being royalty, I think it's time that you practice such skills. Now, I present to you the current situation. Given my scouts, and then he kind of reveals the map. Kind of, there's currently two routes, two main routes to go to the castle. Either we go through the marketplace or we go through the dam and around. But there's a few key elements to this, you see. In the marketplace, should you remember, there was a bridge that spanned over the buildings. Do you remember this? Securing such a place will help us solidify that area. However, that doesn't really help us in regards of advancing forward because eventually we need to move forward, and staying there for too long in the battle of attrition, it will simply we will simply lose due to the power of numbers. But that is a key thing to note about that area, that we can hold it down for a while. The next is the dam. Do you remember the dam of the capital? Have you been there? Yes. Now, for that dam, it's a very it's a very narrow dam, meaning that there might not be as many troops stationed there, and we can actually, if we're fast enough, we could advance through that area and try to sneak around through the back of the capital. In either case, we'll be able to make our way to the castle from either area. But what I ask you is, what do you think? Do we choose one, the other, or do some kind of split between our forces of the two? Well, there are several entrances to the palace, yes, but to get to the palace is another story. And these are the main two paths to even make your way towards it. While this is true, it is also a bottleneck. I must warn you. The main thing to take away is, as the fight progresses, they are very, very likely to send more troops. And so, if we are bottlenecked, then we simply lose our chance to advance quickly enough. We may need to open some kind of defense or lead them away in some kind of way. I see. But I wonder, just how much could they really help? You see, they might know ways to sneak around, but it's one thing to sneak around as a smaller group, and it's another thing to try to sneak around as an entire rebellion. So you mean to say that we'll use the marketplace as a place to draw out attention? Then, once they've sent most of their troops there, or a good portion of it, we cut through the dam. Is that what you're saying? I think you're onto something, Ashton. I like this plan. All right. But then, how should we split our forces then? Again, we have we have a few people helping us. We have Krishta, Lena, Gaspard, and Cavaldi, but not an army. But perhaps he can assist in some kind of unconventional way. And of course, the rebel army itself.
Mm,
Yes, they're most familiar with the waters, but that's not to say that they don't have their fair share of combat. As you might know, there's a lot of dangers out there in the sea. They're accustomed to fighting things. Ah, you mean using the lake beside the dam? A wise choice. And what of Gaspard and the Duchess? All right. Then
mhm.
from there, the palace itself is likely to be defended. They would be foolish to send every single one person out and not have anyone defend the palace. So would you have anyone follow you in your advance through the dam?
An
The
aboleth?
aboleth? There was
Mm. Captain?
let's see. Let me
He was the captain of the ship, right? Don't remember his name.
let me check log.
Was it
Was
was
it
it
this guy?
Orson? Adel? Yeah.
Yeah, what about him? See, Cavaldi's more of a Cavaldi is not able to directly get involved. I wouldn't say he'd be able to fight your battles for you, but he can intervene in some kind of way with his magic if you can come up with a creative use. Hmm. Would you think he'd be a useful asset if we let him use his creative freedom? Very well. Then he will be a wild card of some sorts. Are you looking to bring a very small force through the dam? Then perhaps you may want to make use of Gaspard's strongest captains. He has a champion and a captain amongst him.
The dam plan. Now, now, hear me out. I've got an idea of my own. Greenskins. They're the worst, right? Everyone hates them. So, what I propose, we find enough tinctures and dyes from the surrounding woods. We put them in the water in the dam. Then we divert that water and spill it all over the enemy soldiers. And then, when our soldiers see that all of them are green, victory is assured. And I say, why not? You can just conjure up some good berries for everyone, can't you? I say, I, my plan aside, I don't think yours is a bad idea. Um, whatever happened to those lads that we helped out with their lycanthropy? And I say, well, even if they can't fight, I mean, logistics are everything in a battle. Could you use more help around here? And I look towards your father.
Well, I do suppose we could get some help transporting some of the weapons and the ammo that we need throughout the fight. We have a lot of them stationed here.
And actually, this is out of character. I think Cobb told me about this at one point, but I don't remember exactly what he said. Uh, what happened to the spies that we hired at the beginning of the arc? Oh, okay. Okay, gotcha.
Also, if this is a point of no return, should we do the other two side quests or
The other two side quests?
there is hard times and price of freedom? I think price of freedom we just have to tell them what's up, right? And then hard times that's like wait, why? I don't remember.
I'll just say for both of those, you saw the quest givers in the castle.
Oh, okay. Hmm. Okay.
You think? What's that fucking wizard's name again? Cavaldi. I keep wanting to call him Caravandi for some reason.
Corona Vandu.
Yeah, Coronavandi. I say, I wonder if that old man will share his golem secrets with us. Those things were fucking annoying.
Really? I thought they were quite easy.
You weren't even there.
I barely even remember it.
The fuck?
Hold on.
And I say, I suppose one final thing I could ask my good friend the blacksmith to see if he can help us out with any last buffs before the siege.
You'll be able to talk to him. I've already heard reports that there may be more guards in the marketplace. We'd likely get caught in a fight already. Of course. You can count on me to get them to show up.
Very shrewd, Ashton. Using the unwashed masses as meat shields for your war.
Yes, with the makeover, you're above them now.
What does that have to do with the poor people? I see. And I know we've already decided on this bridge tactic, or this dam tactic, but is there any use for the sewers for any of your troops?
Like, because they could, like, the fucking slums, like, they can just move around in the sewers, right? They're just fucking sewer rats. So, they could use the sewers to, like, travel around the city. Maybe.
Unfortunately, I don't think it does.
Kidnap a child.
Jim is probably days and days away.
And we just say he's part of our party, go to Gorum, warp him here. I didn't bristle. Photographic memory. I give a
I
thumbs
say, who needs a plan? Just go in and kill them all.
up.
Finally, can test my new weapon. That's not the I need to refresh, maybe?
As soon
Actually,
as
no,
I see
never
images
mind.
not loading, I refresh.
I was like,
Wow.
the thing was set to something else on the top left.
I say to Hargrave,
What was practice against me not enough?
I was taking it easy.
You really were out like a light.
His banter's amazing.
I don't remember that. What are you talking about?
And I say, if you really want me to tell you, I mean, you got your ass kicked, Hargrave. That's it. Plain and simple.
Stop trying to gaslight me. It's not going to work.
What is gas?
I don't know. Damn it, I should have said Ligma.
Is that your plan, David? You're gonna suck all of those.
Hmm.
Is that what's happening?
Bro, what actually happened to
Yes.
James? It just disappeared.
He popped in and decided it wasn't worth it anymore.
Do we have a spell in the bag of whispers? No more than one? Oh, it's empty. Yeah, I could then polymorph in it and short rest. Get the slot back. Alright. I'll put polymorph inside of it.
Okay. So does that mean Rowan's gonna rest?
Huh? Yeah, sure. I'll just chill for an hour while these guys keep planning. Yeah. You ask me, like, what do you think? I give a thumbs up and then close my eyes.
Okay. So is there anything you guys do in the hour? Or at? I think I will leave that decision to you, my son.
Best of luck with it, Ashton. I'm not a man of the people. At least normal-sized people. Put me in front of a group of warriors. I'll get you results.
Well, Ashton, as Rivelton speaks up, he says, if you are looking to inspire some of the troops, I believe, as he kind of taps on his wrist to kind of look at a mechanical watch. He looks at the watch and taps it, and he says, "I think it's about time that the rest of the allies should have arrived in camp. You should see him out soon, uh, right outside the cave."
You'll be fine, Ashton. You don't look like a homeless man anymore.
Right. Does the short rest go through, by the way?
Mark?
Or
Yep.
does the short rest go through?
Yeah.
Let me do a performance check.
Yeah, sure.
Oh, I'm so fucking sorry. Alright, you can see Potent Pack, he tries to do like an air like trumpet, you know?
Yeah,
I
so
can
he
I can do a minor illusion to do the announcement. I'll have your cousin announce it. I'm just kidding. I'll just like a cool like booming voice.
And I turn to some of the people near me and I say, "Oh my God, the prince is back!"
Vivaldi looks at you as you say that, and he says, "I feel you would know about this about him, wouldn't you?"
And I say, "Of course not. I thought he was just a hobo this whole time."
Yeah, I like I'm helping Ponenpack with this, and I'm like doing this next to him while pointing at.
That's Vivaldi's point of view.
Yeah.
and, and I say,
Can't you see, everyone? This was decades in the making. The prodigal son has returned to us. He shall lead us to victory! Huzzah!
I use minor illusion to like make it sound like the crowd is cheering even harder.
and I pull a Jeb Bush and I say, "Please cheer."
I use a minor illusion to cheer.
Yeah, pretty much anyone who you didn't really disclose this information with wouldn't know. Yeah, they definitely did not. So a lot of them, so for the ones who didn't know, some of them would come across as like they're elated and shocked, right? But some of them also are like looking at it and they're like, you know, I don't know why I didn't think about it before, right? And but a good majority of them are just cheering on because they're happy to hear that more of the royal family, the one that's destined to rule in the first place, is here. And so they chant and they chant. And while this is happening, Rivelton actually walks up to you, Ashton. He says, "By the way, don't forget, you should probably review these plans of yours with your allies. Let them know what you have in mind for them." Oh, and yes, your adventuring friends over there. I happen to know about them, and I decided to invite them here. They didn't even know you were part of the rebel army. Of course, you saved my life more than one time, in fact. As Zerg kind of looks at you, and he says, "But what I am more surprised to hear about you being prince is you look like that this whole time." Yes, you definitely do. Well, what would you have us do? Of course we're in. We've been through a lot together. Well, wherever you go, I will follow. And if you need us to hold the place down, we'll do it. No worries. I understand. A lake, huh? Well, we're very well equipped in the waters. I'll say that much. Oren? You mean me? Yes, Torsen. Uh, you want me to join along? You don't want me to help with the sea battles? All right. Well, I am definitely accustomed to the seas, and I think I'll make very good use of myself there.
The fuck is? What the fuck? Jesus Christ! Oh no, he's hot. Yeah, that's true. Why did your hair color change? What the
All
fuck?
that dirt
It's
piled
just
up on his hair covered the natural red.
true.
True. It changed his eye color too, bro.
He
That's
thought he
crazy.
was a brunette, but
Took
he
off
was
his
dirt.
contacts.
The dirt got in his eyes.
Let's see. Oh.
But yeah, you kind of needed it. Maybe I'll turn Puddin' Pack into a regular sized man for my arc. Okay.
Hello. Not to worries. Ah, I see. Yeah, we can hold it down. Anything for choosing us over Geralt?
The other Duke, yeah.
Of course. And with this is all over, she kind of like looks you in the eye, and she says, "Will you be staying around more?" Very well. That's what I like to hear. I suppose it's my turn now, isn't it? Right. I simply cannot kill anyone on the opposition, but I can certainly find my ways around. Don't worry, lad. I have my ways. Speaking of which, I can't help but you mentioned a sea battle at the lake. That's very interesting. All right. I have an idea, but I think I'll have to think about it on my own some more. And I'm surprised to see that the prince was at my service the whole time. Forgive me for not using honorifics. Oh, yes, I suppose I do feel that I've gotten to trust you, Ashton. The champion speaks up and he says, "Oh, just say it outright. You want me, and you want Sarah as well." Of course. Unfortunately, he could not show up as it doesn't fit his background as of right now. maybe he will make an appearance if it lasts all night, but I doubt that that is your goal here. Of course. Of course. We'll figure out all the details about this once we settle this. And as you're talking to Gaspard, somebody kind of like grabs your shoulder from behind and they say, "Hey, did you call us here?" Oh, you're still the person who helped us out. And I think honestly, after seeing that, you're not just any noble. Now, for what we can help with, if I had to be honest, my boys, they're not looking for a fight. But if you're looking for people who can help get a way around, we can definitely help with that. Now, there's definitely people who might get caught in the crossfire. Well, we can show them our way around. Let's just say I hope you have a big feast after this for us. All right, well, we're gonna go ahead and go out now, but you can count on us. We're trying to find them. I'm sort of folders, bro. You don't even know. Oh, they're in the other folder. The folder is literally called other. Here you go, bruh. They've been treating us quite nicely. Yeah, maybe we can go back to our old jobs. Who knows? Oh, that sounds amazing. All right. Well, don't die on us, Captain. She has an empty look on her face, but for just a moment, her eyes meet yours. But she's still distant. For just a moment, as you're about to walk away, you feel her tug on your hand, and she holds on to it for a couple of seconds. Her hand shakes, but she lets go, and it's almost like she's forgotten what she was doing. And with that, you're cheered, or you're greeted with a very, very, mm, very excited crowd who are cheering and chanting. All right, and with that, I'm gonna put us on a break.
All right.